mentally dull. And that's how strong I am today, because of you people.
Neil's living proof that Coxey's formula can work.
This man was telling me that he'd met this man who'd helped him get off the alcohol and gave him a place to stay, and he runs a rehab. And I asked him, I said, who's this person you're talking about? And he went, oh, you don't want to know about Coxey, everyone thinks he's mad. And I went, I do want to know about him.
Neil never drinks and has got back his job, his life and his family.
His requirements of the house was you've got to do a meeting every day. Well, that wasn't enough for me. I had to find something else. Now, I get bored easily. And if I get bored easily, I keep thinking about alcohol and I obsess over it. And that's when Brian said to me, go find something to do that no one else is doing. And thus I brought back the shoe shine. Shoe shine, please have a seat. You need your shoe shine too, son. It's always on my mind, always. I see other people drinking and go, oh shit, you know. Gee, I wish I could have a drink. Bing, in the head goes, Neil, I can't drink. And I'm glad that thing goes off in my head. No, I can't drink. I can't afford to have another drink. If I have another drink, I'll lose what I've got today. Okay, so that's your shoes finished? That's $7, sir.
It's the day of the hearing, and Gavin has managed to show up sober to face his charges.
Drink driving charges, assault charges, criminal damage charges. I've got quite a list of charges. Pretty apprehensive. I haven't been to jail before. I've been very lucky. I've had a few suspended sentences. I'm very lucky that I haven't been there before. So.
Gavin is facing an 18-month stretch, and all ex-jailbird Mick can offer is moral support.
I'm actually feeling a little bit pensive myself, but I can understand Gavin's situation. You feel isolated, you feel on your own because you've made a mistake being an alcoholic. Just hope everything goes well, but I'm never to want to come back to courts like these.
A magistrate can bail someone with drug and alcohol problems to rehab instead of prison. But Gavin has already been kicked out of 2 rehabs because he keeps returning to his old drinking haunts and relapsing.
I know I had a tough Christmas with not seeing my kids. The pressure of today was a big build-up of everything. Other than that, I can't actually pinpoint why I keep busting all the time.
Gavin needs to completely separate himself from his drinking life. But just as all seems lost, Coxey receives a call from another rehab, far out in the country, which has a space.
Keith, look, I'm up at the court now at Heidelberg, and I've got Gavin with me now. Now, he's a hell of a nice bloke. We've tried to help him. Would you mind explaining to him what you're all about up there? I'll put you onto him. There's Keith.
Yeah, Keith, is it? Yeah, not too bad, Keith. I've had better days. Bit nervous.
You know, what we want to do, if it's okay with the courts, send him up to a rehabilitation in Wodonga, which is a very good program based on a 12-step. It's a golden opportunity to turn his life around. Now, we've given him a chance, Gavin, and he has participated and done really well.
I'll put it to the magistrate and see what the magistrate says. It's all in his hands, really, now.
The barrister's going to try and say to the magistrate that, you know, all the charges are alcohol related, which they are. I'll probably get up and speak on behalf of Gavin to advocate for him, to say that he showed evidence that he wants to rehabilitate himself. Well, let's get in there and see what happens.
But will Coxey's hastily concocted plan be enough to keep Gavin out of prison?
Hi guys.
Coxie has managed the seemingly impossible. He's convinced the magistrate to bail Gavin to Keith's remote rehab. Gavin is a lucky man.
This has been the greatest thing that ever happened here. You know? Because anyone that goes into jail this time of the year, full of lunatic, like it's bad.
Well, I went in here this morning with a headset thinking that there's nothing else for me. I've used up all my options in rehabs, so I'll just go and just do me time.
Yeah. Well, that's how
Then
you
you
think.
come up with that other option for the rehab, and I'm best off going there for 6 months and doing jail for 6 months.
Well, you know
that's
what?
I would have got.
We stuck our head into your business today because we care. We think you're a chance.
If that rehab offer didn't come through this morning, I'd be down in them
Mate,
cells
that's-
now waiting for the van.
That's got to be a god job.
It is.
Hey, I was driving up to court, wasn't I, Mick?
Yep.
And the phone rings, and it's Keith. I said, Keith, how are you, mate? And what did I say to you? I said, Jesus,
If ever I need
we're
it.
going to court for this bloke. I need a rehab for you, mate. How was that? And you're going to enjoy this bloke. He's good.
He
I'm going to ring
seemed
him
really
up.
good
John.
on the phone.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy him. They'll
really
take you
good.
fishing and all. He's a country. He's a knock around. He's not a mug. He's a knock around, and you got a very good deal there today.
I think I did.
Yeah, what do you expect?
Well, I was expecting jail because there was nothing for me to go to.
Yeah. See how it turns around?
You're right.
It's got here that you've got to give Mick and Brian Cox the sum of $600 each for front and court for you today, so we can get on the piss. That's what it says, oh yeah.
So Gavin's bags are packed and he's ready to continue his recovery.
All you got to worry about now is tomorrow. You're on the road up to the bush.
Yep.
And keep in touch with us. Let us know how you're going. And when you're going there, it's an hour at a time. You'll be right.
I'm sure I'll be right.
Yeah.
Coxie's no stranger to new beginnings, but creating a new life requires never forgetting the old one. His rehab isn't grand, but Coxie once called this old cattle yard home.
I came up here, there was a spot there where all the cattle and that used to be, so I thought, stuff it, I'll make me home here. I'd sleep there, put cartons down there, I'd go around and steal off of clotheslines, you know, blankets and whatever I could find, I'd chuck them in a heap and I'd lay on them and I'd get pissed at night. Well, I'd be pissed all the time. I'd gather up about another 1 or 2 guys and we'd all camp there and we'd share out what we had in the way of funds, and we'd buy grog, and it'd be always wine or metho, and that's where we ended up sleeping in here.
He's drifted away.
At this point, Coxie and his friends were constantly cheating death. For 2 years, they did nothing but drink. Well, almost nothing.
We woke up one morning pissed again, and they'd had some new steers in there, like, you know, steers with the horns out here. And Ray was an old rodeo rider and all that. And he said, "Come on, Coxie, we'll ride these." And I said, "What? I'm not getting on one of them. I'm pissed." He said, "Well, that's the best." And he gets to one and he starts pulling it to the ground. He was a tough bugger. And I start to get on one that kicked me in the stomach, you know, and I was lucky I had a bit of booze in me. Kicked me in the stomach and threw me on the ground. So I thought, stuff it, that's the end of my career in bull riding. The coppers came down from Flemington. They said, "Oh, tell him that idiot Coxie." Billy, how are you, mate? This is Ray.
Gavin has been gone for 2 days, making room for Ray in the rehab house.
He's having a problem, this mate. He's a good mate of Bernie's that's in AA, been 25 years sober than me, mate.
No, it's a good room, this one. It's large. What do you do? What trade?
I got a degree in business management,
Yeah.
so hopefully I can get a job somewhere. I don't care what I do. Grew up in this area.
Okay.
Shamrock Rose and Thistle still up on the top.
It's still there.
Righto, mate, yeah, look after yourself. Try and stay off the grog today. Come here with a clean slate.
Ray has no money left for fancy rehabs and knows that Coxie is his last hope. But 3 days later, Ray disappeared and Coxie hasn't seen him since. Next time, we meet an alcoholic with a temper.
I've chased him with a knife.
Chased me with a knife? Oh, yeah.
and Coxie loses it after yet another person relapses.
I mean, you've got an alcohol problem, don't drink and it's gone. Simple, isn't that simple?
We don't last long, we're like the dust. If you're out there, I just want you to know.
If you're concerned about your drinking, you can talk to someone 24 hours a day at Alcoholics Anonymous on 02 9799 1199 or at the Australian Drug Foundation on 1300 85 85 84.